Gunnerman Group is a go.
Yes! Not just a startup, an upstart.
Gotta get going.
Gotta be good.
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 Growth is the goal. How do we do that?
I talked to UPS. They'll help us out. New technology, smart advice. We focus on the business and they take care of the logistics.
UPS.
Good going.
We get good. That's great.
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 I love logistics.
Welcome to another edition of Zips Weekly. I'm your host, David Suntup. We'll take a look back at the past week in Zips athletics, including my chat with Akron women's basketball head coach Jody Kest, Akron men's basketball showdown at Kent State and the PNC Wagon Wheel Challenge, and Akron baseball's big wins against a couple of Big Ten schools. We start off with the women's basketball week in review. Here with Jody Kest to recap Akron's victories against Miami and at Bowling Green and take a look ahead to this week's MAC tournament. And Coach, we'll start off with the Miami game, senior night for Cinna King. She had another big game, 18 points, and helped lead your team to a victory. What was the most satisfying thing for you that night with seeing Cinna playing well and the team winning?
I mean, there were so many things going on that day. Just her will and her desire that not only did she come back from the blood clot, but at what level that she came back at with, and the leadership that she had with our young kids, and knowing that we didn't have, a lot of people that had a lot of experience last year, and what she meant to this team. And so it was very emotional. We're going to miss her dearly, and I'm just really happy for her that she was able to get, the W on the court for the last time.
Cinna had another big game at Bowling Green, tied a career high with 29 points, had a career high 18 rebounds. Someone else who also played well was Hannah Plyman, 20 points. She had a huge three for your squad with under a minute to go to make it a 4-point game, and she's come up big in these late game situations. How was she able to make so many big shots for your team?
Well, you mentioned a couple of people. I mean, I was very proud with all of our kids in that game. Obviously, Hannah made some big shots at the end of the game. Cinna, 29 points, 18 rebounds. It was a total team effort, and very proud, of the kids in the situation that, they were handed. And then, obviously, Coach Jackson doing a terrific job in my place, and my coaching staff and the administration, and had a lot of confidence in them. So very proud of them and how they handled themselves, and really happy to get on with the tournament.
You told me before that you had a lot of inexperience coming into the year. Regular season is now over. A program record, 22 regular season wins, got off to that 10-0 start, 12-6 in the MAC. When you look back at where this team started in the preseason to now, how is this team able to have so much success in the regular season?
It was a different team than we had last year, and we just talked about having our own identity. And for the fact with not too many kids coming back with experience, to get 22 wins says a lot about these kids. And, what a great year. And, we always talk about the non-conference schedule and being 10-1 and having a great start, and then ending strong with winning 3 out of the last 4 games to place third in the tournament. And now all that's going to be thrown out the door, and now it's just, one game at a time. And, we don't know the opponent yet, so we'll practice hard for the next couple of days, and then whoever we play. And right now the kids have a lot of confidence, which they deserve, because they've played extremely hard and extremely well over the last couple of weeks.
Last year, your squad was the number 3 seed in the MAC tournament, won 3 games in 3 days to win the MAC championship. You're the 3 seed this year. What's one thing you learned from last year's run that could help you going forward, trying to win those 3 games in 3 days and win another MAC title?
Well, I think it's the third year maybe in a row that we've been the 3rd seed, and experience does matter. I know we went to the tournament the first year and made it to the championship game and lost. I learned a lot from that for last year and made some changes, and I think those changes helped us out a lot. So we're going to keep things pretty much the same as we did last year, 3rd seed with the double bye, and we're just excited about going there and showing everybody what we're capable of doing.
Well, Coach, hopefully that 3 seed is the lucky seed again. Thanks for the time, and best of luck in Cleveland.
All right, thank you, David.
Akron men's basketball closed out the regular season with a pair of road games at Miami and Kent State, looking for the sweep in the PNC Wagon Wheel Challenge. The Zips lost at Miami 70-63 back on March 3rd. Akron led by 11 points early in the second half, but struggled to take care of the ball after committing 18 turnovers, including 11 in the final 20 minutes. Antonio Jackson scored a team-high 17 points, while Reggie McAdams and Isaiah Johnson combined to score 24 off the bench. The loss put Akron at 18-12 and 9-8 in the MAC. Akron dropped a close one at Kent State 79-77 after Chris Brewer's game-winning layup as time expired. Brewer's shot came moments after Antonio Jackson tied the game at 77 with 5.9 seconds left. The Zips were down 6 points with 47 seconds to play, but came back behind a three from Reggie McAdams and a couple of Niles Evans free throws. McAdams scored a team-best 17 points off the bench in the second half, while Jackson added 16 points and a career-high 7 assists. The Zips close out the regular season 18-13 and 9-9 in the MAC after their second straight loss.
Congratulations to Kent. I mean, I thought they played a good game. Had a good year. Proud of Rob. Good coach. They got an older team, good team. Very proud of our team. Like, I didn't really know what I was going to get tonight. I just didn't know whether we had any, if we had our whole heart still together after all the things that have happened to us. But it's a tribute to our program as to how well our guys played under the circumstances. And with a break or two, we probably win. I don't know if there's a team in the country that could have withstood what we withstood, but we did. And it's a tribute to the depth of our program. Little guy was terrific. Gutty effort. Reggie McAdams really picked us up and really played well. And really, as a whole, you know, we didn't defend as well as we needed to, but part of that is we're not used to playing 8 guys. No excuse, but, you know, we're just not used, like Big Dog's not used to playing that many minutes, really. And Quan, and we just had to change gears, so they took advantage of that. But they have a good team. But we've shown we can play toe-to-toe with every good team in this league, regardless of the circumstances.
Akron baseball finished off its weekend down in South Carolina with wins over Big Ten schools Michigan State and Michigan. Pat Dyer pitched a gem against Michigan after tossing 8 shutout innings and earning the victory. Here's what the senior lefty had to say about his outing and the team's performance over the weekend.
Early on, I threw a lot of inside fastballs. They had, I think, 6 lefties in the lineup, and they got a little anxious, it seemed like, when I threw them an inside fastball, and tended to just roll over. And I mean, at least probably 8 ground balls to my second baseman and first baseman, so they were just chasing a little bit inside and getting a little over anxious. And later on, they started swinging at some off-speed pitches, so that helped me later in the innings. The first game was tough. We obviously we gave up way too many runs, and that was probably the biggest difference. I would have to say the defense and pitching was just totally different. It's always hard to have that loss in the first game of the weekend, but I was glad that the team was able to bounce back and really make it a great weekend.
Akron softball headed down to Florida for the 3rd time this season. The Zips played 6 games against 6 different teams in the Rebel Springs games. Akron softball went 2-4 this past weekend in the Rebel Spring games down in Winter Haven, Florida. Aaron Seiler struck out 41 batters and had a 2.65 earned run average in 34 innings, and the junior won 2 games. The Zips are now 8-11 overall. Akron women's tennis lost at Temple 5-2 last Saturday. The Zips took a pair of points after Ari Blanova won at 5th singles and Sophia Geyer took her match at 6th singles. Martina Zerbola and Sophia Geyer won at first doubles, but Akron did not win the doubles point after dropping 2 of the 3 matches. The loss drops the Zips to 7-6 overall. Our Zips Student Athlete of the Week is Sinna King. The senior helped Akron finish the regular season with wins over Miami and at Bowling Green. King tied her career high with 29 points and set a career high with 18 rebounds at Bowling Green to help Akron lock up the 3rd seed in the MAC tournament. Coming up this week in Zips Athletics, Akron men's basketball battles Western Michigan in the 2nd round of the MAC tournament on Wednesday night. Akron women's basketball is playing in the 3rd round of the MAC tournament on Thursday at Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. That wraps up this edition of Zips Weekly. Tune in next week as we recap the men's and women's basketball MAC tournaments. Thanks so much for watching. I'm David Suntup for GoZips.com.